welcome to Metal Wani Vitek here with Brad Marr of Australian Rockers. Massive. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing very well, mate. Yourself?
I am doing good. Destination Somewhere finally, came out today. 22 April would have been a judgment day for you guys. You've been extremely waiting for it. It's been a while since a couple of singles came out. So how's it been so far in terms of the fan response?
It's been very good. I mean, we've we've finished recording this album 7 months ago, and
Hmm.
it's been a journey in itself. Like we've gone through all the emotions of excited and anxious, and I think we're very relieved to have it out now. So
Hmm.
we've everyone's been excited for it, and it's the day after its release, and yeah, it's been completely positive so far. So we're very happy with the response so far, and I think we're very social on social media, and we talk to everybody, and yeah, everyone is sending us messages from all around the world of their favorite songs, which is we're stoked with. It's great.
Awesome, man. It's good to hear. And obviously, in Australia being your homeland, fans are already pumped up. But how's been the response from, let's say, your European fans or American fans who'd be, obviously grabbing the copy through Eric?
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like Earache's so great to us. They do a lot of the groundwork over there for us, so it makes it easier for us. But yeah, I mean, there's been, as I said, messages from all around the world in the last 24 hours about their favorite songs or their thoughts on the album, which is cool. I mean, we say bring it on. Tell us what you think. It's we make music because we like making music. If
Right.
someone else gets off on our music, that's great as well.
Awesome, man. And obviously being from Australia, it must be difficult to be, at least a rock and roll band since you always get kind of pigeonholed or compared to AC/DC legendary. So, but when I listen to you guys, I've been following you for quite a while, and I feel there's a lot of difference. And probably the only thing you guys share with AC/DC is probably the continent, obviously, and maybe that let's have some fun attitude. That's it, nothing more.
Yeah, definitely. I think we're obviously influenced by AC/DC, as most rock and roll bands are, but we're very varied with our influences. I mean, I like the '80s and that whole LA rock and roll thing, but Jared is a huge Led Zeppelin fan, and Brendan on guitar.
Uh-huh.
His favorite bands are Howlin' Wolf and Chuck Berry and Little Richard and those early early blues kind of guitarist. So
Right.
and Aiden on bass, his favourite artists are stoner and metal bands and bands I've never even heard of.
Hmm.
That's what he listens to. So when you put all those influences
Together.
in together, I don't think we'll ever sound like another band. We'll always just sound like a big mishmash of all these rock and roll artists.
Right.
So yeah.
Awesome, man. Because the album has the same energy, it has the same delicious riffs as your debut album, but it's a different when it comes to grooves, the grooves which creep in into the songs as I went through the album. And it kind of felt to me that you guys didn't want to repeat what was done on the debut, but at the same time, basically continue the same winning formula of having great riffs as well as grooves.
Yeah, I mean, the first album was the first 11 songs we ever wrote, and since then we've done a lot of touring. And I think when you spend a lot of time on the road and spend a lot of time together, you mature a bit. Your influences change. So I think the 3 years since we wrote those songs from Full Throttle, I think those 3 years we've become completely different people, and
Hmm.
we've got a story to tell now. So I think that's the main difference between the albums. And yeah, I mean the Massive is always going to be our signature sound, but
Right.
we're influenced by a lot of artists, so there's going to be different things on each album. And yeah, I think we're stoked with the end result for sure.
Awesome, man. Good to hear. And obviously, you're out there to have fun, make new friends whenever you guys tour, and all the fans outside who listen to you as well. It's pretty much clear that how these songs have come from heart, and it has to be admired. I mean, I must say, it is a lot of effort to write great, memorable songs that just fill the album with a couple of fillers. Especially with so many rock bands out there in the market right now, where albums are coming out of almost every week. So must be difficult to write great songs, like, which shine out over the period of time. I mean, I can probably listen to this album, let's say, a year down the road and still cherish it.
Oh, well, cheers, man. That's the hope that we've done. We try to write only good songs. I mean, I think no band tries to write a filler. I think we didn't set ourselves a timeline, and we didn't set ourselves any set periods. We just wrote, and didn't put pressure on ourselves. And Earache, to their credit, have been exactly like that as well. They said, when you've got the new album, come back to us and let's go from there. So there was no rush or force, anything forced with it. It was just, we've got these songs, and once we think we've got the right album, let's go in and start recording it. So some of these songs on this new album are 2 years old for us now.
Oh, okay.
And some of them, some of them we wrote straight after we finished Full Throttle. And Up in Smoke is one of them. That was written, that could have been on Full Throttle, really. It was almost finished. So it's this album is such a journey. It's spread out over such a big period of time, and it's
right.
written in different places. So
Awesome.
I guess it's just that big stretch of time, and we've spent a lot of time on this album to make it this kind of sound.
Yeah, that's one primary reason I believe that songs are really great. Obviously, with the structure, the arrangement of the album is also a lot to talk about. I don't know how many people do actually figure out that, but it's very important, and it has that seamless transition as the songs move on. And like you said, some songs are done, let's say, like 2 years ago. Was it ever a period of time where you guys kind of modified it after a while? Maybe something which sounded cool a year ago may now sound a bit kind of an average. So did that sort of happen on this album?
A little bit. I mean, Made of Stone is probably the biggest example of that. That one was I wrote that probably about nearly 2 years ago, and when I wrote it, the boys hated it, and I was like, really? I think this is great, and they just were like, nah, yeah, it's no good.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that was one of the songs that I just kept bringing back to band practice, and we would change it a little bit, and then we would put it back on the back burner, and each song is different, but that song in particular took a good 2 years to get out. Like it just kept getting rewritten until we were happy with it. And as I said, if you force things, sometimes you end up with not the best product. So
right.
We've just let ourselves go and take as much time as we have to get the end result.
Absolutely. And about your vocals, I mean, it's really cool to hear how that, especially on One for the Road, and even Blood Money Blues, where you have that sort of soft spoken word that combines very well with the gigantic chorus. So was it kind of an intentional to find a vocal approach to match, let's say, the strong attitude of the songs?
Yeah, I mean, you just sing to the song. I think I don't actually set out to sing low or high. I think it's just what comes naturally when you first pick up the idea.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Blood Money Blues has got huge dynamics in it. Like, those verses are the lowest I probably can sing, and the middle 8 is probably the highest I can sing all in one song. So I guess it's not planned, and it's not let's try and sing the lowest or highest in every song. It's just whatever suits each song and each idea. So it just comes naturally, I guess.
Absolutely, man. And I wonder over the last section of the album, especially the last 2 songs, they're very different. I mean, be it The Beaten Dog or even The Way It's Always Been, it's got that very different rhythmic pattern and has that organic live sound to it, which something is slightly different than what I heard from the first couple of tracks. I mean, have you guys planned these 2 songs for, let's say, playing live? Because I feel they are absolutely meant for it.
Oh, mate, they are, especially The Way It's Always Been is a huge jam. We love playing that live, and sometimes we rip out the harmonica, or sometimes we just extend the middle of part of it, and it's a great fun song to play live. As for a different sound for us, Brendan, the guitarist, he's relatively new in the band. He wasn't on Full Throttle. He joined about a year ago, and as I said, he's very influenced by the blues, and I think that's the big difference on this album is his influence. but he's such a great riff writer. He's written enough riffs for the next 3 or 4 albums, I reckon. He's just got this knack to write really catchy things, and
Mhm.
when he brought in some ideas, we were just so happy to have them and use them. It didn't matter if it sounded like a blues song or a heavy
Right.
metal song. We just wanted to incorporate them into Massive. So that's where that comes from, I guess.
Awesome, man. It's good to hear. And obviously you're gonna start a tour tomorrow in Melbourne, I believe.
Yeah, we've got our launch show tomorrow, so that's going to be a big party, and then then we're on the road with around Australia. So it'll probably be about our 15th time around Australia, and we're looking forward to it, mate. We can't wait.
Yeah, man. And what about coming to Europe? Is there any such plan this year to probably play a couple of gigs or maybe a short tour outside Australia?
Well, it won't be a short tour, mate. We've got a fair bit booked in already. We'll be
Mhm.
there in September. Probably the third week, I think it is, where we're landing. It's Well, I mean, there's still a lot of gaps we have to fill, but we're planning to spend pretty much most of the second half of the year in Europe and in the UK.
Nice.
So yeah, I mean, that's the end goal for us. We don't want to stay around Australia the whole time. We want to get out and see the world. So
Right, right.
yeah, it's happening this year, mate, for sure.
Oh, awesome. I would definitely check you guys out in London when you guys are obviously coming to UK. So, good luck with the release, dude. You have a great party coming up tomorrow, and obviously the couple of I think there are around 7 to 8 tours
Yeah,
happening.
mate.
Yeah, shows in Australia. So have a great time. Good luck with the release. I hope you get to tour much more outside because the way the music is, it's definitely meant to be played live everywhere. So good luck with that. And I had a great chat with you. Thanks a lot for spending some time.
No problems, mate. Thanks for the chat. No, let's have some beers.